Hey guys, my phone got me stream, yay. Yes. Oh, Leafy's on here. I'm gonna go back on my mom. Bye.
these super cool rock speakers. They are solid. Okay.
So I'm here to discuss with you guys what exactly happened at our ultrasound and why we're so concerned and a little upset and everything. As many of you guys know, I have a midwife and we do plan on having a water birth, and after this ultrasound I feel like that's probably going to go down the drain. It's very upsetting, it's very stressful. Of course we want to make sure the baby stays alive, the baby comes out alive, the pregnancy is healthy, and everything looks okay. That's our number one priority, obviously, but I am very stressed about hospital births. I don't like hospital births, unless it's like an emergency situation. That's a completely different story. It's just very upsetting that, and it's upsetting for anybody when they have like a birth plan and then it just completely flips over. And of course everybody's feeling the same. Everybody knows that you just got to do what you got to do to get the baby out alive and healthy and safe and everything. Right now the baby is completely healthy, completely fine. Everything about it is just 100% normal. It's just the baby is just small. That's the only issue. There's a few other things that I will mention in this video that are a little concerning as well, that could change near the end of this pregnancy as well, that could determine if we end up having a hospital birth or a water birth. So the main reason why I don't like hospital births is I get really bad anxiety. I get very stressed out. I don't like to feel pushed. I don't like to feel like it needs to happen now. Go, 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 get this baby out. Like the rush, I guess, of it. I don't like to feel the rush in the doctor, so they can just be in and out and on their way, and they don't have to worry about waiting. There are situations where the baby does need to come out fast, which is, you know, that's an emergency. But when it's not an emergency, I feel like there should be no reason. The first trimester have been awesome. Like the heart looks great. Everything about the baby looks awesome. It was tiny, but that was just part of her condition. Archer was small too, so we weren't really too concerned. The only concern they had was what they thought was a missing bone in the baby's pinky, but by the next ultrasound they cleared it all up and it was the hands were fine. So that ultrasound went great. The second ultrasound I had, which was a month before this past one that I had a few days ago, looked okay too. The baby went, although the baby did go from, I think it was like the 15th or 20th percentile down to the 10th percentile for size, and it was measuring 8 days ahead, so they moved the due date to September the 8th. About a 75% chance we would have another child with the chromosome disability or anything like that. Having the chromosome abnormality does not mean that the child's going to have disabilities and stuff like how Anae does. So we're, like I said, we're not concerned if the baby comes out with disabilities or any of that type of stuff. We're not worried about that. Like, we'll love our children regardless. We don't testing like my blood, the other genetic testing where they put the needle in your belly and pull out the baby's DNA from the fluid, not from the baby. They don't poke the baby. They just get it from the DNA from the fluid that the baby's swimming in, and they test that, a more detailed test to see if the baby has any exact deletions or any disorders of any kind. So we said no to that. Bob does not like the risks that it comes with, so I kind of do want to get it done, but Bob doesn't want to. He's just very worried about all the risks and stuff, and that's very understandable. We can always test the baby once the baby's born. Not a big deal. But then this ultrasound just kind of scared me even more, where they noticed the baby's head and arms and legs and stuff are all measuring in the 20th, 30th percentile, which is normal, which is good. But the baby's belly and abdomen is in the 1 percentile, which brought everything down. The baby went from 10th percentile last ultrasound to the 3rd percentile this ultrasound, which was very concerning. And they said now the baby has growth restrictions, and they're trying to figure out what it is. There's a whole list of reasons as to why the baby could be having growth restrictions. One of them is chromosome abnormalities. Bob and I are not worried about that. I have a strong feeling that this baby does not have any chromosome abnormalities. Like I tell you before, being pregnant with Anae and being pregnant with this baby is just completely different. But of course we will not know until the baby is born, obviously, unless we get that test done. There's also a cyst growing on the placenta right next to the umbilical cord. And right now it's not causing any harm or anything to the baby or to the umbilical cord. It doesn't have any blood flow through it or anything like that. It's just there. The cyst is just there. The oxygen and the blood flow going through the umbilical cord is perfectly healthy, perfectly normal. It's right where it's supposed to be. It's doing good. The baby's getting oxygen and nutrition and blood flow and everything, so that it's not a concern right now. Of course, we're going to keep a really close eye on it, which is why I have another appointment in a week to look at it again. So there's also that, which is very concerning to me because it could get bigger. So like I said, they're just going to keep a really close eye on that cyst, and hopefully nothing comes of it. That cyst could also be a factor as to why the baby is having growth restrictions as well. And then I also have the placenta is actually in the front, which is not, the placenta being in certain areas is not a concern. The placenta is more to the front of my belly, so it's just, the only thing about that is just I won't feel the baby as much early on. Of course, I feel the baby perfectly fine now because I am 25 weeks tomorrow. And so I am able to feel the baby move and stuff like that now. They did notice that the placenta was very close to my cervix. If the placenta is, I think they said, within 5 centimeters of the cervix, you cannot have a vaginal birth, or if it covers your cervix, obviously you can't have a vaginal birth. But it's more than 5 inches. Actually, I think it was 3 inches. I can't remember exactly, but I know it's more than a certain amount of inches away from my cervix. So I am all clear to have a vaginal birth, so that's not a concern. But it being close to the cervix could also have growth restrictions as well for the fetus, for the baby. And another thing that I'm going to be mentioning to my doctor, which is something I do regret doing and I completely stopped now, is drinking caffeine. I know drinking about a cup a day is okay while you're pregnant. Still not really recommended, not really the best thing you should be doing. But as many of you guys know, Anae was in the hospital for 6 weeks. At the beginning of my pregnancy, and this was even before my very first ultrasound, so it didn't seem to really affect the baby at that time. I guess it just affected the baby more in the second trimester, I guess, I'm not sure. But I did have about a cup of coffee a day while I was there at the hospital because it's just exhausting, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys.
Hello everybody! Earlier this year on our YouTube channel, the first video we ever did was the day we met our daughter. It was a short video. Hello! We have been back from Thailand for a little over 6 months. And when we first got back from Thailand, after about 3 weeks, I did a video introducing you to Malia and telling you about what she likes, what she doesn't like, how she's doing.
Why am I not having a baby? Why can I not get pregnant? That's just something you do.
Sisters are Sunny and Wesley, the twins here. Wow, do you have a beautiful, beautiful, brand new family?
So, can't take any credit for them being beautiful, but
you're gonna make it pretty on the inside.
Yeah.
Yes. So I want to know, because driving with my daughter, who's a dog. Hi, Ma. Your Ma's right here. You're so fun. I love you. So driving with my dog, doggy daughter, is a real pain because she demands that the window be open, and since it's winter, that's very cold. What was your trip like here with all of this gaggle in one place?
Well, it takes a lot of work just to get to the grocery store, so
yeah, that's
cross country.
A whole other thing.
That's our weekly outing, is going to the grocery store. It's like we have to prepare for it and get everything in order.
Let's go back to that. And we thought it would be super fun if you guys got to know the baby of the CGH family, or my family. So here is my sister. What's your name? Paisley. Say it to the camera. Say I'm. What's your name? Paisley. And Paisley, how old are you? Good. You're good? No, how old? Like the number. Hold up the number on your fingers. You're
I will.
One. No, you're older than that. Go like this. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You're 3. Say 3. Now, Paisley, what is your favorite color? Do you know?
Pink. I love pink.
You love pink.
What do you love?
I love pink.
Me too.
Really? Is anyone wearing pink? I'm not wearing pink.
I am.
You're wearing pink? Where? Oh, your lips are pink. Good one. They are pink. Give me a kiss. Thank you. What is your favorite animal, Paisley?
Orange.
You like orange. Orange what? Orange cat, orange dog. Scoot over here. You gotta hold still for a camera so they can see you. Okay, what do you like that's orange? Orange cat, orange dog, orange bird, or do you just like orange?
Cat.
You like cats. She likes cats. Do you like little kittens or big cats?
Big cat.
Oh, me too. So what do cats say, Paisley?
Meow.
Meow. Say it again.
Is that your face every morning? Miss Monkey's not a morning person.
Or
afternoon person or evening person.
If kids ruled the world, I'd have cupcake hair every day. What the hell? If kids rule the world, I'll wear my pajamas every single day. Say what?
Today's going to be interesting.
In today's vlog, Mom and Dad say yes to everything. But before we get started, give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If kids ruled the world, I'd have cupcake hair every day. What the hell? If kids ruled the world, I would eat gum for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If kids ruled the world, I'd ride an Elsa scooter everywhere. Let it go! Let it go! Can't hold it back anymore. If kids rule the world, I'll wear my pajamas every single day. Say what?
Today's going to be interesting.
It's yesterday.
So, exactly a year ago, we did a similar video to this because guess what, guys? The kids at school has an awesome day once a year.
And it's called Yes Day.
For Yes Day, the kids get to do a bunch of things that normally they're not allowed to do.
I could go at school, but I ran through the walls. Did that hurt? I went through the halls.
I rode my scooter on school property.
I wear pajamas and have crazy hair.
The school day is over, but we thought that it would be fun to let the kids continue Yes Day and be able to do anything that they want at home.
This sounds like a terrible idea.
Can I eat upstairs in front of the TV?
Go ahead!
Thanks, Mom! Yes.
How many hours do we have till the end of today? I'm nervous. Aren't you guys so lucky?
Yep. I love Yes Day.
Before these kids went upstairs, they kind of made a cheese and chip mess on my floor. And now that Blake is mobile, she's super excited about it. But Blake, I'm gonna have to say no. You can't eat the cheese off the ground. She's growing up right before my eyes. First, I'm going to sweep up this messy floor. Second, we are going to try and find something fun for these kids to do for their Yes Day. Because after today, I'm saying no to everything. Just joking. So the girls asked if they could play outside with a friend, and guess what I said? Yes! Here they are, playing away with some friends.
us what Steven is doing on Yes Day.
Cleaning up the girls' mess.
Thanks, Steven.
You're welcome. I better get a reward for this.
What do you want a reward to be?
Play Fortnite.
Sure.
Finally!
I love Yes Day. Alright guys, so as usual, we are running late. Taylor has a soccer game right now, so we weren't able to go and do some of our fun, exciting things. We will have to be doing that after the game. Let's do this! Parker's starting to lose it. Get the headphones on her and turn on a movie. Done. Parker, I say yes to a movie.
Thank you, Mom. Play your game. Go, Taylor! It's 2-1. And Taylor's winning. They're the 2. And by the way, they're blue.
The other team just scored, so it's 2-2. Come on, Taylor, you can do it.
Go, Taylor.
She doesn't care. She's just watching my phone.
I'm getting my back strapped. This game is intense. It's 4-3.
And who's winning?
Taylor!
We are. This is so suspenseful. We are up by 1 goal, and the game is almost over. Come on, Taylor, you can do it.
Yay! We just won the game.
Good job, Taylor. Taylor's game is over. They did awesome. What should we do now, guys? You have a few more hours left of Yes Day.
I want ice cream.
Ice cream!
You scream. Ice cream?
We all scream for ice cream! Alright, after driving around the entire town for a good 20 minutes, we settled on something that we are going to want.
Chick-fil-A frosted lemonades.
Guys, if you haven't tried the Chick-fil-A frosted lemonades, you need to. I think it's healthier than just regular ice cream, which is good. And it's mixed with lemonade and a little bit of ice cream, and they're delicious and refreshing, especially when summer's coming.
Can I get 6 small frosted lemonades? Yeah.
So we all get small lemonades, and
Yep.
Dad gets a large one? Are you kidding me? Holy moly. I have a lap full of frosted lemonades. Who wants some? Me. It's definitely hit the spot. Who agrees with me? Me.
What?
Alright, so we are back home. We had a lot of fun, and it is late, and we need to end our vlog. But before we end our vlog and we officially end Yes Day, every kid gets to choose one thing that they want to do. And I have to say yes to it.
Mom, can I hold and dance around with Blake?
Jordan always asks to hold Blake, and so I'm going to say yes, as long as she's careful.
Can I jump on your bed?
Sure.
We never get to do this, ever. No. Hey, Dad, can I play a game on your phone?
Yes.
dominate at this game. Oh, give us a thumbs up if you played Super Mario before.
I got one for you, Mom.
I drink milk out of the carton.
Oh man. Oh man.
You have to say yes at yes day.
Yes. But you have to drink your dad's almond milk. And not mine. That was torture. I can't wait for Yes Day to be over.
Wait, Mom, can I vlog?
That would be a yes.
Yes! I'm vlogging, I'm vlogging, I'm vlogging. I'm vlogging! Comment below if you think I should have my own YouTube channel.
We're just practicing our cartwheels before we go to bed. Let's see it.
Okay, I need to get a running start.
A running start. That sounds dangerous.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I got this. Can I
None of them are in gymnastics or tumbling, but maybe they should be.
yeah. Mom, does this day have to end?
Yes.
Our Musical.ly shout out is Jada Socks. And our Instagram shout out is Alec.
The question of the day is, what would you do if kids rule the world? And vote for your favorite movie trailer. But before we get started, give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Wait, what? I'm gonna be in a movie? No, I am.
Or is it me?
What about me? No, but baby.
Guess what, guys? Sodi Films made each of us a movie trailer.
And it's up to you guys to pick which movie you like to see. And we just make a movie out of the winning trailer. Oh, snap.
So far this week, you have seen 4 of our movie trailers. And today, you're going to see the last 2.
Mine and Baby Fix. Now it's your turn to vote which movie trailer you like the best. Go back and watch the other one so you can vote. Alright, let's get to it. favorite. Now time for Baby Blake's movie trailer.